This might be the best alternative to Obsidian and Notion that I found yet. Most of us devs think our notes are organized until we actually need something. Mine are a complete mess, but to me, they're organized. Markdown files, broken links, some random Notion pages that I've just thrown in there. Our code has structure. My notes, they don't. This is SiYuan, an open source personal knowledge tool that lets you refactor thoughts like code with permanent block IDs, databases built in SQL, and a full local self-hosted control that we get. Now our notes work more like our code. In the next few minutes, I'll show you why it might make the best dev note-taking tool yet. SiYuan is a local-first open-source knowledge-based. Most tools link files. SiYuan links blocks. So each paragraph, each list, each code block gets its own permanent ID. Now, when we move things around, it's not breaking. And that's a big deal if you're writing docs, tracking bugs, or just organizing architecture. Plus, on top of that, you get built-in databases, SQL queries, offline support, and Docker self-hosting. So instead of choosing between power and ownership, we get both with this. Let me show you what that actually looks like. If you enjoy open source tools and coding tips, be sure to subscribe to the Better Stack channel. We have videos coming out all the time. Now, basically, I just pulled the repo, added this Docker Compose file, and then launched with Docker Compose. It was all up and running in like a minute, so nothing hectic here. Now, with a new notebook, I'm all ready to go. I can create a note, add a tile. This basically functions exactly like Notion. And I can now add a code block. Let me drop in some Python. I'm going to embed this block somewhere else too. And here's the key moment. I move the original block, and the reference still works. No broken links, ever. That changes how we think and how we work. We can stop worrying about where something lives and just focus on where it's useful. Now let's create a quick task database. I'm going to add some kind of bug. We can give it a status, I can give it a priority, and because SQL is built in, I can now query it directly inside my notes. Then on top of this, I can jump into graph view to see how everything's connected. This graph view is actually crazy, and I love this functionality. That's the main idea here, though, folks. It's stable blocks, real databases, and structure that holds up with this graph that we can actually interact with to see how all these pins are connected with inside our database. So really useful. So now how is this different from what we're already using? Well, with Obsidian, everything is file-based. With SiYuan, everything is block-based. That means we're not linking to a page, you're linking to the exact piece of knowledge inside of it. It could be a decision, a bug, a snippet. That's the difference. Obsidian feels like really strong folder of notes. SiYuan feels more like structured systems. And you get databases and SQL without hunting for any plugins. Now, compare this to Notion. Notion gives you the structure, but again, it's up there in the cloud. SiYuan gives you the same structure locally. Offline, open source, I'm not paying for things. So devs are using this for project docs, code snippets, personal wikis, even knowledge bases. It's basically a second brain that is local and open source, but structured like a system design document. So Notion, Obsidian. Now, if we're being honest about it, which we should, it's great. It updates fast. Self-hosting takes just like a minute or two with Docker. Block references make big notes feel stable inside of all this fragile ecosystems. And databases give you serious structure without relying on the cloud. But on the flip side, well, I guess I should say on the downside, not the good side. The downside, SiYuan doesn't store everything as plain Markdown. It uses its own weird format, .sci, so take that with a grain of salt. You can export Markdown, but it's just not native to the system. The plugins market is way smaller, especially in English, because this is Chinese-based. Some people think the UI feels a bit dated, but honestly, it just looks like Notion. And with the really huge workspaces, you might need to run optimization sometimes. Here's the simplest way to decide if you should use this or not. If your setup is mostly Markdown files and plugins, Obsidian still makes sense. But if your notes are turning into documentation, systems, and long-term knowledge, SiYuan starts to feel a lot better. Use it if you want structured data, strong linking, and full control. My take on all this, if you're looking for a new way to organize your notes and aren't already heavily invested in Notion, then use it. But let's be real. If you're already using Notion and you have been for a while, this is going to be a pain in the ass to switch to. it's probably just worth it to keep Notion or Obsidian at that point. If your current system is starting to break down, this is worth trying. This is great. Really useful, especially having that knowledge-based graph chart. If you enjoy open source coding tools and tips like this, be sure to subscribe to the Better Stack channel. We'll see you in another video.